across the sky. I'm holding this as steady as I can. Yeah, it's not the blinking light, but the one at the center. I've zoomed in. See if I can zoom in more. No. No, it's gone. Amazing. That was amazing. Solid white light this April night 2016 here in Suffolk, England, Ipswich. Flying low altitude, no blinking, no flashing. That is a star you're looking at there, Betelgeuse or Betelgeuse. The object looked like that, but it was moving across the sky and it was very, very low, very low. There's one up overhead right now. Nope, you're not going to see it. Nope. Faint. Too low to be any kind of a satellite, and it's not a Chinese lantern. Too high to be a Chinese lantern. Too absolute high to be a Chinese lantern. White. Chinese lanterns flicker and are always orange. I've researched 1,000 different Chinese lanterns that get launched around here all the time, and it's not a Chinese lantern. Solid pearl white at an altitude of nearly where planes fly, and it kept on a steady course. So the odds of that being Chinese lantern is next to zero. No kind of plane. The blinking light you saw in the corner, or in the off to the center left, was an aircraft, was a passenger jet, and any kind of strobe lighting is anti-collision lighting. So it just narrows down the possibilities here. It narrows it right down to what we just saw in this video, the first minute of this video. And it narrows it right down to, and it's not a comet, because we've seen many of these, and I've taken many, many, many night pictures. And now I'm trying to I'm trying to use video from now on. And again, I'm the guy that brings you the pictures where locally in this forest near my home, many witnesses have seen the very same craft, white, disc-like, fuzzy white craft, descending and ascending in and out of this local forest. And that these witnesses, that's the pollen doing that. Sorry, I've got bad sinuses out here. England this time of year is a nightmare for people who have hay fever allergies. I mean, it is absolute hell. But you live with Vicks Vapor Rub. As the best. I'm still scanning the sky here. You won't be able to see me. The camera is facing at the ground and it's dark. That's my garden light back here. Solar lights I've got. it's just an ordinary digital video camera. No special equipment except the ability to zoom in. And it was on a straight, flat vector path. And they're not always out here, but around this time. And you have different things that tell you when to be out here. You know, you've got your intuition, your feelings, and all this, and then you've got, you know, the areas of an airport of unidentified activity. And so you have a general knowledge of, you know, this is going to be the time. I figured, well, you all went through my long-winded blog videos. I figured I owed you this much. You did subscribe to me. So, well, let's give our viewers what they came for. I mean, they're not here to hear me waffle on all day. Well, still scanning. Taking the time. I do communicate that would be cool to get that on video. Using a very high-powered LED light, such as this one, I can send flashing signals at it, and at them, and they've responded. You can send 3, they'll flash back 3. You can send 4, they'll flash back 4. And that rules out military craft, because military craft aren't going to be communicating with anybody on the ground like that. You say, well, military craft may even have lights on and fly overhead. Well, okay, but military craft, American and British and even other foreign countries, aren't going to be flashing back at people on the ground or landing in people's forests. So that rules all that out. So I'd like to see the guy that says, well, the B-2 stealth bomber will flash back at people on the ground. And I'm like, really? You're going to try to... Hold on a minute. If it's flashing, it's an aircraft. No. It's man-made, no. Plus, through binoculars and countless photos of these objects, we have enlarged them. We've looked at them through binoculars, and they're not conventional aircraft. And so that's been ruled out. What we have are these disc-shaped, fuzzy, as you saw in the first minute of the video, craft, moving very slow, very quiet. We've witnessed out here the police helicopters have buzzed them. They've hovered over trees out here, and then these objects have emitted a powerful strobe, and the police helicopters ran from them but kept them in check and kept watching them and kept observing them. We saw that in 2011, 2013, 2014, I mean, this is something that goes unreported. Wait a minute. No, it's flashing. Before I just shot this video, I had seen one high altitude, and I shot the light at it and blinked in a series of sequences of 3s and 6s and 9s and 3s and 6s and 9s. And there's another one. Okay, we got somebody. I'm gonna flash it. then that's hold on a minute. I don't see, it's not bright enough. You know, I don't see anything here. Hold on. I'm seeing it, I've got it on visual. Hold on. And then, just as expected, a second one showed up, but they're flying lower, so it's in response to the flashing, the flashlight. Let me see if I can zoom in. I don't see anything. I see it with the eyes, but I don't see anything with the camera. I don't see anything. If it gets brighter, you'll see it. They tend to brighten and dim. And that just slowly it goes. Zoom out. I'm going to flash this one. Flash, blinking, blinking. Okay, we should have someone else come along here. Should be any moment. Alright. You'll get, pretty quickly you'll get a response. Pretty quickly there'll be you blink one, another one shows up. And sometimes they fly very, very low, right over your position. You blink, you flash, sometimes they flash back, sometimes they just fly over like surveillance. And like I said, there are times they fly so low, you get like this embarrassment of riches for a ufologist, where you just get these pictures that are simply unbelievable for most. They're like, what the hell, that just can't be, that guy's just not getting this. And I'm like, well, it's England. There's been a lot of hot spots around here, I'm telling you. For this American, it's bloody great. It's a richness, it's a very rich, very enriched countryside of history and experiences like this. No, okay. Okay, they're not going to show. They're not going to do any more air displays tonight. And I don't want to make this video too long. Just you sitting there hearing me waffle on. What do we got over here? Sometimes I've done it 3 times in a night. I've had flashed them, and they are there. They show up, and then respond with a flash, and fly away, and then do it again. Another one shows up. Usually you get like one, and then you'll get a second one. You'll get another one. You'll get a second one, and it runs in a sequence like that. You get one, you'll flash. The second one shows up, and then it returns the flash. Or is it the same one? Because they can fly pretty fast. Then you'll get, but tonight they're just going to give me one little air show. My neck starts hurting after a while. I can imagine the problem astronomers have. Oh no, they tend to be looking down in an eyepiece, don't they? They're not looking up like this, are they? They're looking down in an eyepiece. They're not. Without saying in the video what I think they are, I just think it's interesting that you can rule out so many things, and you just get this really amazing cosmic experiences. It really does. It breaks the doldrum of daily life and its issues. It's really nice. Very nice. Intelligently driven, unidentifiable craft. Purely white, luminous, no blinking, silent, disc, fuzzy object flying overhead. Slow and low enough and intelligent responses to the flashing of the flashlight. It's a CE4 event, Close Encounters of the Fourth Kind, of the third kind. You got, well, no, it wouldn't be 5-4. It would be a third. If I get it right, CE3. If I remember right. It's a reply. It's a real life Close Encounters from just like in the film, where that French guy's waving his arms and they shoot back lights at him. CE5 would be meeting face to face, that's right. And that's just Close Encounters, the third kind. It's really nice. All good fun. It's good to meet other intelligences out there from your own backyard.